America, a name that resonates worldwide as a symbol of freedom and opportunity. The Statue of Liberty, the faces of hopeful immigrants, and the energy of its cities all tell a story of dreams and determination. But what truly fueled America's rise? Was it just hard work and resources, or something deeper? The constant flow of immigrants brought new energy and perspectives, shaping the nation's destiny. Some believe a grander design, perhaps even prophecy, guided America's journey. Join us as we uncover how immigration and a sense of purpose became the secret power behind America's ascent. America was founded on the radical idea that liberty and self-governance belong to all. The Statue of Liberty stands as a beacon, welcoming those seeking a new life. Immigrants brought not just labor, but culture, innovation, and resilience, forging a dynamic society. This blend of peoples and values made America unique, built on belief, not blood. Many see a spiritual purpose in America's role as a refuge and land of opportunity. The nation's story is one of destiny, diversity, and a higher calling. Before Europeans arrived, America was home to thriving native civilizations, its true first chapter. European arrival brought both ambition and tragedy, forever altering the continent. Jamestown's settlers sought fortune, the Pilgrims, religious freedom. These early colonies, one for profit, one for faith, set the stage for America's dual pursuit of wealth and purpose. The collision of cultures sparked transformation and conflict, shaping the nation's future. The struggle and hope of these first immigrants echo through American history. America's foundation is a tapestry of ancient roots and new beginnings. From Virginia to Massachusetts, each colony grew with its own character and purpose. New England's Puritans built communities of faith and learning. Pennsylvania welcomed all, becoming a model of diversity. The South's plantations thrived on agriculture, drawing settlers seeking land and opportunity. America was never one identity, but a patchwork of cultures, beliefs, and ambitions. This diversity fueled creativity and conflict, laying the groundwork for a complex nation. Early immigrants, seeking freedom, fortune, or a fresh start, wove the first threads of the American tapestry. The nation's foundation was built by many, each adding their own story. Alongside stories of hope, America's beginnings include a tragic chapter: forced migration through slavery. Enslaved Africans, stripped of freedom but not humanity, became the backbone of the early economy. Their labor built wealth for the colonies, even as it contradicted the nation's ideals. The prosperity that drew immigrants was tied to the suffering of the enslaved. African Americans' resilience and culture are central to America's identity and ongoing quest for justice. The nation's promise of equality was shadowed by this deep contradiction. Their journey is a vital, though painful, part of America's story. Colonial America grew rapidly, drawing English, Scots-Irish, and German immigrants seeking opportunity and freedom. Yet, this promise came at a cost. Native Americans were displaced, and slavery took root. America's beginnings were a tapestry of hope and injustice, liberty and bondage, contradictions that shaped a nation. The 19th century brought sweeping change as America expanded westward and its cities grew. Factories, railroads, and farmland needed people, so the nation opened its doors. Millions risked perilous journeys, fleeing famine and unrest, drawn by hope and opportunity. This era forged America's identity as a nation of immigrants. As the 19th century ended, millions of new immigrants from Southern and Eastern Europe arrived in America, bringing diverse cultures and dreams. For many, Ellis Island was the gateway, an isle of hope and tears, where they faced inspections and uncertainty, but also the promise of a new life. Settling in vibrant city neighborhoods, these newcomers helped shape the multicultural America we know today. The contributions of these immigrant masses went far beyond simply swelling the population numbers. They were the muscle and sinew of America's Gilded Age, the hands that built the modern nation, quite literally, from the ground up. Immigrant labor was the driving force behind the country's most ambitious undertakings. Irish and Chinese workers blasted through mountains and laid thousands of miles of track for the transcontinental railroads, physically uniting the country and opening the West for settlement. Their work was dangerous and brutally difficult, with thousands perishing in the process. Yet their sacrifice forged the steel arteries that would carry the lifeblood of American commerce and expansion across the continent. In the cities, the story was much the same. It was the labor of Italian stonemasons, Polish factory workers, and Jewish garment workers that transformed the urban landscape. They erected the first skyscrapers that would define the American skyline, dug the subway tunnels that would move millions, and worked grueling hours in the steel mills of Pittsburgh and the meatpacking plants of Chicago. In the sweatshops of New York City, immigrant women and men toiled in cramped conditions to produce the clothing that would dress a nation. Their work was often low-paid and exploited, but it fueled an economic boom of unprecedented scale, turning the United States into the world's leading industrial power by the turn of the 20th century. Beyond their physical labor, immigrants brought an infusion of entrepreneurial spirit and innovation. Many arrived with specific skills from their homelands, becoming bakers, butchers, cobblers, and tailors. They opened small businesses that served their communities and eventually the wider public, laying the groundwork for countless family enterprises that would last for generations. Think of the Italian family restaurant on the corner, the Jewish delicatessen, or the German brewery. These became iconic American institutions. This entrepreneurial drive, born of necessity and a desire for self-sufficiency, added a vital layer of dynamism to the American economy, proving that the American dream could be built one small business at a time. This era of immigration also brought a profound cultural enrichment. The newcomers carried with them the recipes, music, holidays, and traditions of their homelands. This infusion of culture diversified the American palate, its arts, and its daily life in countless ways. Pizza and spaghetti, polkas and pierogies, St. Patrick's Day parades, and Chinese New Year celebrations all became part of the broader American experience. It was this constant blending of cultures that created the unique and vibrant character of American society. The immigrants did not just build the nation's infrastructure and economy, they built its soul, adding new flavors, sounds, and colors to the ever-evolving American identity. As millions arrived in America, fears and nativism grew. Laws like the Chinese Exclusion Act closed the golden door for many, even as the Statue of Liberty promised hope. This tension between welcome and exclusion would shape the nation's identity for generations. As America grew, many saw destiny at work, finding powerful parallels between its founding and ancient biblical promises. The idea emerged: any nation embracing justice and compassion could share in a blessing meant for all peoples. America's diversity became a key part of its purpose, to be a blessing to the world. Or the eagle, a symbol of strength and deliverance, became America's emblem, chosen by the founders to represent freedom and refuge. Many saw America as a land where the oppressed could find safety, carried on eagle's wings to a new life. Its true power lies in offering hope and shelter to those in need. But Isaiah spoke of a light shining from God's people to the world. America, founded on liberty and justice, has often seen itself in this role, welcoming immigrants, sending aid, and sharing ideals of freedom and hope. Its true destiny is fulfilled when it shines as a beacon of justice, compassion, and liberty to all nations. The Bible's final chapters paint a breathtaking picture of the ultimate destiny of humanity. In the book of Revelation, the Apostle John is given a vision of heaven. He sees a great multitude that no one could count, from every nation, tribe, people, and language, standing before the throne and before the Lamb. This is the ultimate picture of diversity, a beautiful, harmonious gathering of people from every corner of the earth, united in worship. This vision reveals God's ultimate intention, not a world where everyone becomes the same, but a world where the unique beauty of every culture and people is preserved and celebrated in perfect unity. Diversity is not just a social goal, it is a divine design. This heavenly vision provides a powerful spiritual framework for understanding the American experiment. If God's ultimate plan is for a multi-ethnic, multilingual, and multicultural community, then a nation that intentionally brings people together from all over the world can be seen as a prophetic preview of that reality. America, in its ideal form, is a dress rehearsal for this final gathering. It is a place where the every nation, tribe, people, and language are meant to learn to live together in peace and mutual respect. The American motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one, takes on a profound spiritual meaning when viewed through this prophetic lens. This perspective suggests that America's immigration story is not just a historical or economic phenomenon, but a spiritual one. The blending of peoples in the United States is not a problem to be managed, but a divine gift to be embraced. Each immigrant group brings a unique thread to the national tapestry, adding to its richness and beauty. From the passionate faith of Latin American immigrants to the entrepreneurial drive of Asian newcomers, each group reflects a different facet of God's creative genius. Building a society that reflects this heavenly diversity is perhaps America's most sacred and challenging task, a core part of its prophetic destiny. Therefore, the ongoing debate about immigration in America is more than just a political issue. It is a spiritual one. It is a test of whether the nation will embrace its divine blueprint for diversity or shrink back in fear. To welcome the stranger, to create a just and equitable society for all, and to celebrate the richness that comes from every culture, is to align the nation with God's ultimate purpose. The story of America's rise, powered by the energy of immigrants from every land, may in fact be a story of God building a nation that, at its best, serves as a living, breathing prophecy of a united humanity. When people from different worlds collide, it creates a special kind of energy, an alchemy of innovation. Like alchemy, blending diverse perspectives sparks new ideas and breakthrough thinking. This melting pot effect has fueled America's creativity, driving world-changing inventions and progress. The secret? Welcoming the world and letting its talents mix, mingle, and create the extraordinary. America's culture is a vibrant symphony, shaped by immigrants bringing their songs, stories, and traditions. Over time, these influences blended, creating jazz, hip-hop, and a global buffet of food. This ever-changing mosaic is America's greatest treasure, built by welcoming cultures from around the world. The melting pot effect is a powerful engine of economic growth. Immigrants bring drive, start businesses, and fill vital jobs, fueling prosperity from corner stores to Silicon Valley. Their ambition creates jobs, pays taxes, and keeps America's economy dynamic and resilient, generation after generation. The melting pot effect is America's secret strength, unity in diversity. Like a reinforced alloy, our blend of backgrounds creates resilience and power. From the battlefield to the boardroom, this diversity fuels creativity, adaptability, and success. We are stronger together, out of many, one. The story of American immigration didn't end at Ellis Island. The 1965 Immigration Act opened doors to people from every continent, reshaping America's identity. Today, immigrants from Asia, Latin America, and Africa bring new energy, cultures, and dreams. America is now a global mosaic, constantly evolving, more vibrant, and more interesting than ever before. Immigrants are at the heart of America's innovation, leading in technology, science, and medicine. From Silicon Valley to Nobel Prizes, their vision drives progress. Welcoming the world's brightest minds, America reaps a harvest of prosperity, creativity, and hope for the future. The story of modern innovation in America is inseparable from the story of modern immigration.
America's identity is shaped by its calling to be a place of refuge, offering hope to those fleeing conflict and disaster. Welcoming refugees is a core part of its ideals and a test of its national character. America's strength lies not in building walls, but in building bigger tables, living out its sacred duty as a beacon of compassion.
America's immigrants create a global ripple effect, connecting families, cultures, and economies worldwide. Each year, billions in remittances flow home, lifting communities out of poverty and fueling opportunity. Immigrants also share democratic values, inspiring reform and hope far beyond America's borders. This is America's true legacy, a nation whose people send waves of hope across the world. America's story is woven from hope, hardship, and the dreams of its people. Immigrants, refugees, seekers, and dreamers. Each new arrival adds strength and vibrancy, forging a resilient nation. America's strength is found in welcoming the world to its shores.
The lessons of the past are our compass. America's destiny is not just power, but to be a global blessing, built on faith, freedom, and welcome. Our diversity is our greatest asset, a living promise of hope. The American experiment continues, its future written by those who believe in e pluribus unum, out of many, one. In the grand tapestry of world history, America was woven with threads from every continent. Its story, from humble and contradictory beginnings to its current position of influence, is a testament to the power of people who are diverse, determined, and delivered with a sense of purpose. The journey has not been perfect. It has been marked by deep struggles and profound failures to live up to its highest ideals. Yet through it all, the promise has endured. The promise of a land where one's future is not dictated by their past, and where freedom's light can shine as a beacon to the world. This is the legacy we have inherited. This legacy comes with a profound responsibility, a sacred call. The biblical injunction to do justice, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God serves as a timeless guide for the nation's path forward. To do justice means creating a fair and humane system for those who seek to join our story. To love mercy means welcoming the refugee and caring for the vulnerable stranger among us. To walk humbly means recognizing that our blessings of prosperity and freedom are not entitlements, but gifts to be stewarded for the good of others. Our treatment of the immigrant is the ultimate reflection of our nation's heart. Perhaps America's truest and most enduring purpose is found in this call to be a blessing. It is seen in the disaster relief efforts sent to distant shores, in the charitable aid that flows from its generous people, and in the success stories of immigrants who, having found opportunity here, turn to lift up others. It is in the missionary who shares a message of hope, and in the scientist who shares a life-saving discovery. When America uses its power not for domination, but for service, it fulfills its highest calling. It becomes a light that does not just dazzle, but warms and illuminates the path for others. May we never forget this profound truth. In embracing the stranger, we fulfill both our founding promise and a timeless prophecy. The secret power behind America's rise was never found in its soil or its armies, but in the hearts of the people it welcomed. As we continue to write this nation's story, let us choose to be a nation defined not by its fences, but by its open arms. Let us be a nation blessed, not just for our own sake, but for the sake of the world. For in being a nation for all nations, America truly finds its greatest glory. Do you have 5 friends or 5 family members? Please share this video with them and leave a comment. Thank you in advance.